Hey guys, B Scott here. Welcome to another episode of Ride Along. I'm here with B-Man.
What up?
As usual, we're going to start off with our wrestling talk, which I was right about Austin Theory being in the World Heavyweight title picture, and also week after the draft. So there's a lot to catch you guys up on.
Quick readjust. So we're using a new setup for our camera, sort of. Hopefully it freaking keeps... Hold on. Sorry.
Oh, one more thing we got to touch on for wrestling talk. And this is for Brady, because he always likes to talk about terrible prices for milkshakes. We just went to the Scarborough Zoletto store. $10 for a milkshake. I mean, a premium one.
Yeah.
But then, like, the regular ones were, what, $5.99?
Something like that.
That's what I got. But, hey, Brady, $10 for a milkshake. That's crazy. I've never seen that.
It's fucking crazy. I don't know how they plan to stay in business for very long.
Yeah.
I don't know why this thing keeps falling. Probably just because your phone's heavy.
But anyways, talk to us about what happened on the draft.
Well, the draft officially went into effect this past Monday, and we started with the World Heavyweight Championship tournament to be decided on May 27th in Saudi Arabia at Night of Champions, which was originally supposed to be King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring, but... So we had round one. We had Seth Rollins.
Oh, yes, I did see Raw this week.
Yeah. We had Seth Rollins. We had... Okay, so let me just say this. This was weird, okay? Because Cody Rhodes came out to cut a promo.
Yeah, I seen that.
So we figured, like, oh, he's in one of the triple threat matches. His match should probably be out first, but no. He goes, cuts a promo, and then he heads to the back, and then we have Seth Rollins come out, and he's in the first match, and it's him. Who are the other two guys? It was him. I can't remember. Why does this thing keep fucking doing this?
I don't know. It's all your fault.
Yeah, what you paid for, I guess. So it was Seth Rollins.
Nah, you paid for it.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember the other two guys in the tournament.
Damian Priest?
Yeah. That's Damian Priest and Shinsuke Nakamura were in the first triple threat match, and Rollins won after beating, I think he beat Priest. He pinned Priest. I think. Might have been Nakamura, but I can't remember. Which is kind of weird, because Naka's kind of feuding with The Miz, so I don't know why they didn't have him in that triple threat match instead. But, so the second triple threat match was Cody, Finn, and The Miz, which Finn won after Cody got taken out by Brock Lesnar. Did you see what Brock Lesnar looked like? He had like that shiner, and he had a freaking cut in his forehead.
Oh,
wow, that was crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we also have to talk about Backlash.
Yeah, we will. But so Cody got taken out. Now he's gonna have another match with Lesnar at the Premium Live event in Saudi Arabia. They don't know what match it's gonna be just yet. So we move on. We got Seth versus Finn, which is a rematch of the Universal Championship tournament, which was interesting. And one spot I liked was during the match, Finn hit Seth with a buckle bomb on the outside into the barricade. And he's like, "How do you like it, Seth?" So I like that callback. That was really, because that's how Finn got injured and he lost the Universal Championship. Yep. So I was like, that was a really nice callback. I like that. And now we have the second half taking place on SmackDown, which is, as of recording, is currently taking place. Which is funny. Okay, so you had Raw, you had 3 heels and 3 faces.
Yeah.
But on SmackDown, you've got 5 faces and Austin Theory being the sole heel.
And I called it, and you said that he couldn't be in it because
I thought he couldn't, and
I told you 2 weeks ago.
I maintain that he shouldn't be, because he should be focusing on the United States title.
Well, he is,
but he's not. Except he's not, because he's now in the tournament.
Next Roman Reigns.
We don't need another Roman Reigns.
Okay, but he's a full-time worker, and he's only what, 23? He's younger than us.
I think he's 24. Something like that.
He's still a young pup. But...
yeah, well, still, I don't see him winning the tournament though.
But still, I called it that he'd be in it.
So, did you see Edge posted on
I was
social
gonna
media?
just talk about that. So here's my well, like, it's not really a theory. Everyone knows that he's retiring in fucking August, right? So here's what's gonna happen. Edge is not. I don't know if he'll win the tournament, but he will, because now you got to listen to what he said. If I lose the championship, I'm done. And I feel like they will give Edge the championship because he deserves it. And then, so within now to August, he will win it. I don't think he'll win the tournament. So let's say he wins it at the pay-per-view in June, right? Maybe on a Raw or a Smack. I mean, sorry. He's a SmackDown superstar, is he not?
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes perfect sense now. On an episode of SmackDown, he loses it. Maybe even in Toronto. Then they do the whole retirement thing.
There's just one problem with that.
What?
If Edge wins the heavyweight title, he has to go to Raw.
Oh, because it's a Raw championship?
Yeah, exactly. Which is why this whole thing was fucking stupid
So
from the start.
here's what he does. He wins the title, he goes to Raw. Sometime in the summer, he loses it. Goes back to SmackDown, comes out to Toronto. Tony's there, the rated R superstar, and then he's retired.
I don't know.
Because he's called the retirement for over a year now.
Yeah, well, plans do change though. He
clearly said, if I lose the title, I'm done.
If he even wins it to begin with.
Or there's rumors he may go to AEW.
Oh god.
Yes, he retires from WWE, but then maybe he says, I'm going to AEW to be a trainer, commentator, I don't know, whatever the fuck they do, agents, whatever the fuck they do.
Yeah.
Or maybe he does that. I think within WWE, he works backstage, right?
Well, that's all well and good, but he should just retire from like in-ring competition. He wants to be a trainer. That's perfectly all well and good.
But you know what it is? And I'm gonna quote Vince McMahon. It's all about the money.
Yeah.
Look at Ric Flair. Look at all these people. Anyways, so what's your thought on Edge? Because that was my thoughts.
Yeah, I would like him to win it. You know, just so he can get that one final run. But I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But right now, he's got a match. He's facing Rey Mysterio and AJ Styles, which somebody online was saying that could be like an angle to keep the thing with Judgment Day going. Speaking
of Judgment Day, there's a rumor they might get Rhea to drop the title, and she might get booted from Judgment Day and also feud with Dominic. I don't want that to happen because I love the mommy gimmick. I love it, even though a lot of people know.
Yeah. I don't really care if they do that or not.
Because like apparently like a lot of people are cheering for her, even though she's a heel. So that's why they're saying, oh, why don't we just make her face so then people will cheer her, and then we keep Dominic as a heel, and then we have him in a rivalry with her, and have it and like have an intergender rivalry. Because you know it's 2023, and have the female dominate over the male.
Sorry for keep adjusting it. Stupid freaking.
Oh my God, this is gonna be the thing.
We keep hitting like bumps and stuff, and it keeps messing the camera up.
Do we want to talk about Backlash now?
Well, I haven't finished talking about the heavyweight title tournament.
Okay, so talk about it.
Well, I keep trying to. Anyway, so Edge is facing AJ and Rey. And actually, my personal hope is that AJ Styles wins the tournament. Because you guys know me. And then you got Theory, Lashley, and Sheamus on the other side of the tournament. I think it's going to come down to Theory and maybe Edge or AJ.
You know what I pointed out, right?
Yep.
In big letters, SPA.
Anyway, so yeah, as I was saying, I hope AJ wins the tournament. Maybe it'll be him in Theory. I think it might come down to Rollins in Theory because you need face versus heel.
Yeah.
So it might come down to Rollins versus Theory. But then if that happens, it pretty much telegraphs that Rollins is going to win.
Oh, you mean the finals of the tournament?
Yeah.
I don't think that Edge will make it. You know what? I don't think Edge needs to win the tournament, but he might.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't, then he's pretty much done because, like...
No. He can get a title... Okay, look.
Against who? Roman? Roman's never around.
No. They're going to give him the World Heavyweight Championship one way or another.
Well, the only way that happens is they trade him to Raw, which means...
Which they'll probably do.
Which means the draft is pointless.
Unfortunately, yes. But it only makes sense if he wins that title and then he retires.
Oh, maybe. Just trying to see if I can...
He's trying to tighten it.
Well, I mean, fuck.
Just hold it if you really need to. But anyways.
Well, hopefully that fixed it. So yeah, I think it might come down to Rollins versus Theory. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I hope it. Like I want it to be AJ Styles, and that should be a good match if it does happen. Seth versus AJ, but I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
So I guess we can go on to Backlash now.
Oh, I do want to say one thing. So Savio Vega came back.
And Carlito.
So he's actually going to be at Greektown Wrestling in Toronto, along with the Singh brothers in June.
Singh brothers? You mean the Bollywood boys?
Bollywood boys. Their real names are the Singh brothers.
Yeah.
I love that gimmick though.
That was pretty cool when they went Jinder.
And yeah,
funny.
Carlito came back. There were rumors that he was going to team up and be a part of the Judgment Day. And then there were rumors that Chris Masters was going to come back and be in the Judgment Day.
Yeah, rumors.
That'd be good though. Like imagine a Masters in the Judgment Day.
I don't know. I know he wants to come back for one more run, but
they all do.
Yeah, everybody does.
Because,
one more run, and then they have it. Oh, I want another run, another run, another run, another run.
Again, to quote the great Vince McMahon, it's all about the money.
It's all about the money.
Isn't that actually the $1 Million Man that says that?
No, it was Vince.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a price for $1 Million Man.
Everyone has a price for
the
Vince
$1 Million
McMahon. Everyone has a price for... That actually sounds really good, though. Everyone has a price for Vince McMahon.
Well, DiBiase was actually Vince's idea of, like...
I can see why.
He wanted to, like, see himself portrayed and set into one of his wrestlers. That's why he created the $1 Million Man.
I can see why. Especially with the whole Virgil thing.
Yeah, really.
Well, then you had JBL and Orlando Jordan, right? So
that too.
So but Orlando Jordan was gay, so there was a little bit of an exception.
Well, he was playing gay. I don't know if he was.
Okay,
gay.
but like it wasn't like he was his butler, you know, like the DiBiase thing.
No,
he was like his butler. You know, his bodyguard or assistant. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but I think at least Orlando Jordan was more active. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyways, go ahead.
So you want to talk about Backlash?
Yeah. So I seen highlights because I was busy.
What else is new?
I was out. I have a life. You were working. I totally forgot it was on too. So I'm like, oh fuck, Backlash is on. I couldn't host the party. So yeah, Zelina Vega she had a cute outfit.
Yeah, she's dressed up in the Puerto Rican flag.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And then Carlito came back and yeah.
That street fight was so fucking... I don't know why they didn't make that main event, because Cody versus Lesnar was just like, seriously, it was... The best word I can describe for it is just meh.
Yeah.
Cody won with like the most anticlimactic finish in all of WWE history. Surprise roll-up! The most devastating move in all of sports entertainment history.
That proves that you can beat anyone, and that's usually a heel move. That's usually
no, because Xavier Woods wins with roll-ups all the time.
Yeah, but I think that's an easy way to win.
Well, the heel does win with roll-ups, but he usually grabs the tights. See, the face doesn't usually do that.
It's just a cheap way to win. Like if you actually want to pin someone, knock him out and and then hoist up his leg. Like you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, well, it's a cheap heat. It's a cheap heat thing.
I know. Anyone can do a roll-up.
Still around.
Anyone can do a roll-up.
Yeah.
But
Anybody anybody can win with it. But yeah, so there were like 3 matches that could have legitimately main evented that show, but they went with Cody versus Lesnar, which is whatever. But that street fight was fucking, like, Bad Bunny, I will give him props. He does amazingly well. Like, they do a great job of showcasing his strengths. And there was just there was a lot of shenanigans in that match, but it all worked out pretty well, except for like that weird spot towards the end when Savio Vega come out and he was like waiting. He was standing there for freaking eternity, and then waiting for the LWO to come out and join him, which is weird pacing, but you know, whatever. It was good. And then Theory, of course, retained, as I figured he would, over Lashley and Reed. And then the 6-man tag. I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised the Usos got the win while Solo got the win. And they were teasing dissension between Solo and his brothers because Solo had Jimmy for like the longest time. He was grabbing him by the throat and he was going to give him the Samoan spike, and then of course he backed off, and then of course he beat Riddle with the spike. So where this because okay, I don't know what's going to happen with a Night of Champions, because usually it's supposed to be every title on the line, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's going to work, because Sami Zayn refuses to go over to Saudi Arabia. So right there, you can't have the tag team titles on the line. Unless... Now, here's what I was talking about with Trouble on the phone one time.
Yeah.
About a week ago. It was just before Backlash. Actually, it was last Friday, I think it was, or Thursday. And I said to him... Because here's what I thought what could have happened, even though it didn't end up happening, was that Riddle would actually get the win on the pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. And that would lead to Kevin Owens, like... Because you see the backstage stuff with Owens. I think he, like, tolerates Riddle, but he can't really stand him. So what I was thinking was Owens would actually like start to trust Riddle a little bit more, and it would lead to Zayn getting quote unquote taken out before the Night of Champions pay-per-view by the Bloodline. And then what would happen is Owens would turn to Riddle to be his tag team partner for the show, for the Night of Champions instead, because Roman would basically say to the Usos, like, I'm giving you one more chance to get your act together. I got you guys a tag team title opportunity at Night of Champions. Yeah. If you don't do this, then we're gonna have some serious problems. Right. So what would end up happening was Owens would turn to Riddle to be his tag team partner for the match, since they took out Sami beforehand as a kayfabe reason, because we know Sami can't go to Saudi Arabia. Yeah. So Riddle and Owens would battle the Usos, and that's where Riddle would get pinned to lose the tag team titles, right? That's where Riddle would get pinned to lose the tag team titles. But here's the interesting part. Instead of Owens attacking Riddle for losing the tag team titles, it would be Sami Zayn attacking Riddle, causing a heel turn. Because Sami, those tag team titles mean... For Sami, they would mean like, okay, I conquered the Bloodline, I conquered the Usos.
Hold on. You said they'd lose them at Crown Jewel or no?
Night of Champions.
Which is in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
How would he attack if he's not allowed?
That would be after. That would be after the Raw after.
Okay. Sorry, like
Zayn would
I was a little bit actually confused. I'm like, how would he be in? Okay.
Yeah, Zayn would return the Raw after. I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
So Zayn would return the Raw after the Night of Champions pay-per-view. Yeah. And he would attack Riddle for costing him the tag team titles, because to Sami, those titles symbolize his triumph over the Bloodline.
Yeah.
And they basically meant to him like he was right about everything that he was saying to the Usos. Yeah. To Jay especially, but since they won the titles back, to Sami it would seem like, maybe I was wrong after all.
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't feel vindicated, so then he would go after Riddle and start a feud with Riddle over losing those tag titles. Yeah. But, it could still happen, but the part where I said about Riddle actually winning that match at Backlash didn't happen, so who knows. Yeah. But yeah, that's just a little bit of fantasy booking on my end, on my part.
That's really good storyline, Brandon.
I know, I wish I wish I could be writing for WWE, but you know, it's Vince McMahon. My ideas would get thrown out like 99% of the time anyway.
Yeah, you'd probably be told. But you could write for other promotions like AEW.
I don't know.
But
I think.
Any other wrestling news?
I think that was
WrestleMania next year is in Tennessee.
Philadelphia. No, it's in Philadelphia.
No. In 2 years. Sorry. They just announced.
Really?
It's in Tennessee.
I'm just glad they're going away.
Because they
from,
built
like,
a new stadium. I think Nashville.
I'm just glad they're moving it away from like the main four places, because for however many years it's been
on a Facebook group.
Yeah. For how many years it's been in Texas, California, Florida, or New Orleans.
When do we get one?
When they get rid of the tax.
What tax?
Apparently there's like a sports entertainment tax or something. If WWE comes up here for like a really big show, then they have to pay extra taxes.
But they've done SummerSlam here.
That's at the thing though. I think if they do it at a stadium, they have to pay more.
Wait, so this is only for WWE that has to pay this tax?
I don't know if it's for WWE specifically.
Because we're hosting FIFA in 2020.
Yeah, and we gotta pay part of the tax for that too.
Yeah, so how come WWE can't?
Because it's not a stadium, though.
No, but if you think about it, they're making okay. Listen, you know how much revenue they would make along with the city and also the government of Canada and also like Ontario. We haven't had a WrestleMania here in years. You have people coming in from all over the world. It's not just people from here. All over Canada, all over Ontario, all over the world. It's like with FIFA. We're making money. You know what I mean? We will make so much money because WrestleMania is not just WrestleMania anymore. You've got the Raw, you've got the SmackDown, NXT. You've got, I don't know if they still do the convention anymore.
Access, of course they do.
Access. It's a whole week-long thing. You have the media events. You have the politics. You know, they always announce, oh, you know, we're going to name this road after someone, or we're going to have this grant, like we're going to go into this school. So the TDSB would be making money. This is an opportunity that we need. And honestly, you know, we have a mayoral election going on right now. I think we need a mayor who will actually bid on major events, because I think we need that. We need things like Super Bowl. We need the MLB All-Star Game. We need all that here in Toronto. But at the same time, we need the venues. We need the hotels. We need a mayor that's actually going to invest in this stuff, right? Because that's how you make your money, is like you have major events. Like, yes, we have Carabana, we have Canada Day, we have Pride Parade, which is all great, but that's international stuff that people come here for.
Right.
And that's why we need Mania, and that's why we need Super Bowl. We need all this stuff to come.
You might want to turn here, because
I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, well, the road ends pretty soon.
Oh well, let's just go to the end.
Well, okay. See, MLB All-Star Game I can see maybe, but not Super Bowl, because we don't have an NFL team.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Why would they have a game up here?
I mean, the Bills have played here before.
Yeah, but they're not our team though.
But they've played here. And also, I know they've been talking about for years to get an NFL team here. Let's get an NFL team here.
And you know what's another problem with that is if they're going to be going through with the thing where they're cutting off half of the Sky Dome, then they won't want to come here at all, because the stadium won't be big enough.
That's why we need to build okay, so that's why we have a key venue in BMO Field, and we need to invest in it.
Yeah, well, BMO Field doesn't have that many. It doesn't have that many.
But we're expanding it
that much capacity.
Yeah, but it's about to be a FIFA acclaimed stadium, so that means that it'll be able to hold a lot of people.
It reminds me about BMO Field. You went up in last weekend.
I used to work there. Yes, I did, and good thing they banned them, because they assaulted a security guard.
That's fucking ridiculous.
But honestly, the Montreal fans, like the Impact fans is the name of the team, they've always been rough. Honestly.
No, apparently it was our guys.
Yeah, I could see it, especially with
No, it was because they were saying like they were frustrated about how poorly the team was doing.
It was the Red Pats boys, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was TFC fans.
Yeah. You said the road ended.
It did. Look.
Oh fuck! Okay, let's go right. Let's go right.
I mean, I don't know about you, but that looks like a building in our way.
I mean, we could cross into it.
Let me get my helmet. Anyway,
But yeah, sorry, like you were saying about the. About
that's
TFC.
what. Yeah, well, because it was TFC fans because the team's been doing really poorly, and they just lost that game to Montreal. So, but yeah, I don't honestly see WrestleMania ever coming back here, especially unless they build, like you said, if they do build a new stadium, then maybe. But I don't.
The nearest we might get it is maybe Detroit. But like we do need a stadium here.
SummerSlam's come to Detroit, yeah.
We do need a big stadium here, and honestly, though. We just redid Rogers Center. Why are we tearing it down? We just redid.
You know perfectly why they're tearing it down.
Condos, I know.
Yeah, condos, exactly. Get more rich people to come and buy condos here. But
that's something that we don't need. We don't need to tear down Rogers Center. We need to invest in Rogers Center.
You're right, but at the same, I agree with you 100%. But the thing is, it's not up to us.
In fact, we need to expand it. Like I know that's hard to do. But you know what?
That's not up to us.
I'd even be willing to say, let's tear down Rec Room and Steam Whistle and just expand it. Like, because actually you can't go north because...
Well, that would be expanding it across the street. How would you do that?
You would build. Because their underground is already across the street. Like, if you notice that. Like, their underground
Yeah, I get that,
there.
but I'm saying...
So what I'm saying is, if we went north, you're at Front Street... You've got office towers, you've got the CBC, you've got all that. You can't do nothing there. So that's why we have to move backwards towards the lake, because there's not much there. That's why we need to expand Rogers Center as much as we can.
Yeah.
Because if we're going to rip it... I'm saying with Ontario Place, like we're talking about science centers and ripping shit down. No. You keep places like Ontario Place. You don't rip them down.
Okay, why don't you turn right here?
That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
I know. But yeah, like we can't keep ripping things down. We need parkland. We need all this stuff.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. But unfortunately, it's all about the money.
I go for drives and I see these abandoned buildings and houses and all these government sites. Let's say that are surplus land. Why are we not building housing there? Why are we ripping down malls like Scarborough Town? Like, why are we ripping down malls? Like, we need malls. Low-income people need malls. Like, they don't shop online.
Unfortunately, we don't care. We don't matter in the grand scheme of things.
Like I walk by and I see these abandoned fucking office towers. Tear them down and make them into affordable housing. It's not hard. I go by schools and some of them are actually abandoned. Why are the TDSB not...
like a Borden.
I'm saying, let's sell the land and make affordable housing. Or reopen it as a school. Or make it into a community hub. Which I think they're going to do with Borden. But, like, let's get it open.
Speaking of community hubs and all that other stuff, with that thing with the Science Center we were talking about last time.
Yeah.
It's stupid how they're moving.
It's still stupid. I don't think they will, though. I think they're just going to make the spa there, which they shouldn't be doing. As Dougie says, the rub and tug. or as I call it. We don't need a spa. Like, we have enough spas in Toronto. Fuck, I was going to talk about something else, too. I don't remember.
Wonderland?
Oh, I don't know if I can really talk on this much, but you can. Did you see the story about the sign at the school in the beaches?
No.
About Mother's Day? You didn't hear it on the news? And someone got offended and then they had to change the sign?
Well, Happy Mother's Day?
Kids at a school who were in grade 6, they made a sign.
Yeah.
A teacher drove by whose kid didn't even go there and said that she got offended and then they changed it because, not...
So what is it? Happy Birthing Person's Day or something?
Which is true. Not everyone has a mom, or some people have 2 moms, some people have 2 dads and stuff, right? So, like, that's why they got, like, offended,
Okay, but those people are the exception to the rule. Why are we making special consideration
And it was one person.
Except why are we making
one person.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, why are we making
I don't really
special...
want to say too much more because, you know, but...
No,
anyways,
okay.
go ahead.
My point is, why are we making concessions for the exceptions to the rule?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Even our local MP, who's a liberal, I may add, even said that it was a little silly.
Mitzi Hunter?
No, Nathaniel Erskine Smith.
Yeah.
Mitzi Hunter's the one who's running for mayor, and I think she was in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Guildwood.
That
She's
reminds
good,
me.
I like her. Yeah.
Did you hear on the news they got a dog running for mayor now?
I seen that today, yeah.
So retarded.
You know, there's...
Well, politics are a joke anyway. You might as
So
well.
here's how you can do it. If you want to run in the state of Toronto, anything can run for mayor. There have been pigeons that... Okay, this guy found like a pigeon on the street and he had it fucking like running for mayor. I used to watch Rogers TV, so like it showed you like it's the Independent. There were clowns running for mayor. There was a plant running for mayor. There was a Sioux. And they actually had campaigns. And I listened to this guy. It was actually him and his dog.
Yeah.
And they had a really smart idea. Imagine having a dog in the council chamber. Everyone loves dogs. You wouldn't have all this fighting in the council chambers every time, right? How a dog... Look, if Donald Trump can be president, I think we can vote in a dog. Okay? And I don't mean that in that sort of way, but... Yeah. Did you watch his freaking town hall the other night?
No.
Oh my god. I was tearing up, man. Okay, so basically, it was the day that he got... Okay, so there was this lawsuit that he sexually assaulted this girl.
Yeah, I know.
Well, like he was found guilty, and he was going on, and he said she had a dog called Vagina. This fucking guy was making this shit up, but honestly, CNN of all networks let him on there, and they filled that whole place with Republican voters, so they were all cheering him on and laughing. But I said the girl who was running it, Caitlin Collins, she's the Washington reporter. She was yelling at him and getting mad at him, and she wasn't that good. Look, I'm not a Trump supporter. I don't like him, but
I don't like any politician.
he is funny, you know. Like it's sad, but like he's funny. Like the way that he talks about stuff, it's just you laugh. Like I like Joe Biden and those guys, right? But like. Yeah, I'm sitting there, like, I'm watching Trump and I'm laughing my ass off, right? And then, like, she's yelling at him saying, no, sir, you didn't say this, and at the very end, he calls her stupid. It's like, come on. Like,
Sure was acting that way, it sounds like.
No, because like, she's saying, sir, that's not true, sir, that's not true. And then I watched Chris Cuomo's show. So he's a former CNN...
Yeah. I know who Cuomo is.
Anchor, who's also the brother of Andrew Cuomo, the former governor of New York.
Yeah.
And now he has his own suit because they let him go from CNN because he did something.
Yeah.
He was even saying that actually she didn't do well. Why didn't they put like Anderson Cooper or like a senior reporter? I know that like he was anchoring the show, but like you could have put like him or Jake Tapper in there. Or Tucker Carlson.
One thing I'll say about Trump is, you know how he was saying there's like a witch hunt against him? Well, he's got a valid reason to think so. Because I mean, how many politicians do you see that go after as much as they've done against Trump? Like the guy, hate the guy, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's your prerogative. I personally don't care either way. But
that's true.
When he says there's a...
Sorry, go ahead.
When he says there's a witch hunt against him, I gotta say, it does seem like he has a point.
Yeah. Like, I'll even say, look at Trudeau. Like, you don't even see a witch hunt that bad against him. And
well, nobody goes after Trudeau.
Yes, they do. Have you heard of the Conservative Party of Canada?
Well, that's just them. Literally, everybody's going after Trump.
There's a whole conservative base going after Trudeau, but it's like not as bad as Trump, though.
Yeah,
Trump is. I mean, sorry. Trudeau is the liberal.
Nobody's suing Trudeau left, right, and center.
Well, they're trying for like vaccine mandates.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Let's
That's
not talk
That's
about
not going anywhere.
Let's not talk about that.
That's not going anywhere.
Oh my
That's all I'm
God, we
saying.
said vaccine mandate. Are we gonna get arrested?
Banned.
Under the new Liberals bill,
Banned.
the fucking Freedom of Speech Act, so like they
That's
can silence
so
us to be
fucking
like,
stupid.
"Zip." Yeah. So basically, I was talking to fucking Daniel about this. So like, let's say Daniel goes online, he writes a rap about horror. Trudeau can go on there and be like, I don't like that. Zip. He's off the algorithm. How scary is that? A government regulator.
Terrifying.
A government regulator. It's not run by
terrifying.
CRTC no more. It's run by liberal government. Come on. Like, that's ridiculous.
That's fucking terrifying, man.
I know. Like, we're going a little bit off track, but...
No, we need to talk about this
Yeah,
shit.
we do. Like, okay, look, like, I'm an NDP supporter, but there are things that I don't agree with that, you know, because, like, I do think sometimes they go a little
NDP
overboard.
supported this too, didn't they?
They pretty much...
They must have. If it
they
got
back
passed.
up the... Okay, so, like, the Liberals are in a minority government.
Yeah.
So them and also the Bloc, who are like separatists or are basically liberal, back them up. So basically, like, the NDP says, we'll back you up if you give us this, this, and that.
Yeah.
They still have their issues, but they basically kiss Trudeau's ass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because, you know, Jagmeet needs to look good. But Jagmeet can say one day, you know what? I don't support Trudeau anymore. Then like, that means the government has no confidence. We go into an election.
Yeah.
But right now the parties are broke. So if we go into an election, you're just gonna get another Trudeau government. You're not gonna get anywhere.
Do you wonder how that?
Because like nobody wants to vote no more, right? So like
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the state of Canadian politics, folks. I did give you a social studies lesson. I can't think of anything else to say before I start boring people, unless I already have. Speaking of USA, I'm going to Niagara Falls on Monday, tomorrow. Just goes out Sunday. I'm going to Niagara Falls, USA in Buffalo.
Nice.
I've never been to Niagara Falls, USA, so I'm mad excited. And then I'm going to Washington in August, so I hope I run into Joe Biden. Sleepy Joe. I'll wake him up from his nap. I'll be like, time to get up!
Careful he doesn't sniff you.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so let's talk about... Actually, I remembered this too, so let's talk about Wonderland for a minute.
Yeah, sorry,
Did you hear
my bad.
Did you hear about what happened last weekend?
Yeah. All those kids... Look,
Fucking bunch of idiots.
I work in the school, right? So...
Yeah, fucking bunch of
we
idiots,
see that every
man.
day. They fucking go there to scrap? Come on, like... Isn't there supposed to be a SAPROM policy for kids under 16?
No, they're thinking about implementing... That's
What's
down,
the
that's
SAPROM
somewhere...
policy?
Well, okay, first of all, I think that's down in the States. I think Cedar Fair's doing it, but...
Yeah. Well, they're thinking about it here.
Or Cedar Point, something like that. They're thinking about it up here, but they haven't implemented it yet. So basically, it would have to be anyone under, like, I think 16 or 17 would have to be accompanied by an adult. That's basically what it is.
I agree with that.
Well, okay, fair enough. But also, too, Brendan was on Amusement Insiders was talking about, like, that's... Because when he was younger, he said, like, his place where he would go to, like, calm himself would be Wonderland, right? But when he didn't have anybody to go with.
But if you've seen his most current video about it, he changed his stance.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. But
go with the Guardian, like your friend's best friend's mom or dad.
Okay, that's fair enough. But a lot of people's parents and their friends' parents work all the time. So
That's
who are they going to go with?
True. But yeah, like, you got to deal with this.
I definitely agree that, like, maybe it should be that way.
Yeah.
Especially if it's going to be busy, like on the weekends or something.
Yeah.
Maybe for the start, just like implement like a weekend policy and see how that plays out.
Because there's really not much you can do. Like, the kids are gonna fight. Like, it's
I've noticed
like
things
it's
are
in the
getting worse
schools
and
too.
worse
Like,
there
you
for
can't
years.
stop it. Like, if they're gonna scrap, they're gonna scrap.
I noticed it's gotten worse.
If they
and
don't
worse.
fight in the park, they're gonna fight across the street.
Yeah. I know it's gotten worse and worse there over the years. I think it was I think it was 2021.
Yeah.
They had the Sink the Jerk thing, and then they had people. Kept
I remember that.
Yeah,
I was there.
The people kept coming up and pressing the button.
Yeah.
And stuff.
No. So here's what happened. They had a security guard who was there who didn't know what they were doing, and these kids were throwing the balls without paying, and they just kept doing it over and over, or something like that.
Well, I was hearing that they were just kept going under the thing and pressing the buttons.
Or that too. And
so
yeah, like he got
it.
really annoyed. Yes, that's what
last year they got rid of it.
Yeah,
and I don't
because
think
we
it's
can't
coming
have
back. Can't have nice things.
Anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, increase your security and fucking train them on how to do their job. Because honestly, half their security guards are just standing there with their hands in their pockets. It's like, do your job.
Well, to be fair, the security turnover rate is fucking.
They hired a lot though this year.
Yeah.
And they pay them well.
The turnover rate is insane because, like, even places.
It's a city job.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
And I've already. You've seen my security guard life videos, and also you are a security guard, and I was. I've ranted about this for years. We don't get enough recognition. I think the industry is fucked. You're training useless people. You're not giving them proper training. Same with the safety monitors in schools. Nothing will change unless you hire proper people and you do proper training. And I've called for it. Better pay, unionization for security guards across the province. Quebec's done it. Why haven't we done it? One thing about Wonderland, though,
Good question.
all their guards have body cams, which I've called for years. Security guards again. And also, Brandon, like you know this, during COVID, you guys had to fight to get your COVID bonus pay because they weren't going to give it to you for the longest time.
I don't remember anything about any COVID bonus pay.
Because like you guys were like essential workers, so you got essential worker pay.
I don't remember getting anything like that.
Apparently, some did. Because honestly, most security guards during COVID were fucking working at the grocery stores, lining people up outside in the cold and getting yelled at. So they deserve that. Who wants to do that job? I don't. But you know
maybe
what?
That's why. It's because where I was.
Yeah.
It's not anything to do with that.
So that's what they need to do. Like, they need to improve the security industry, the training. But yeah, back to your point. If you want to make sure the kids don't fight, yes, have more security police in the park. But that's not going to help because they're just going to leave and go and fight across the street. So you need to have York Regional Police across the street in the plaza.
Yeah.
Which I know they're doing now because like a lot of the robberies are happening over there, like in actually the Norwood area, like where the bank is and stuff.
Yeah.
They need to put cops there because obviously actually like a security, they can't be on that because it's public property.
Yeah.
And it's also not the property, right? So that's what I think they got to do. How about you?
Yeah, I think. Well,
I know. I just said a lot.
It's like I've been saying though. Like the turnover.
Yeah.
I can see where like I can see both sides to it because
of course.
I've had to train people at my site before, right?
Yeah.
And literally not even a week later they're gone already.
Yeah.
So then I'm just stuck there because like if I want to take a day off, I got to train somebody.
Right.
And then once that day, if that person actually sticks around that long, then come the next day, I want to take a day off. I want to train somebody else because that person's probably already gone or they're doing something else or whatever. So like I can see why you don't want to put that much effort into it. Because if they're just gonna turn around and leave in like a week or two anyway.
But that's why you gotta make sure that they don't leave. You gotta pay them well. You gotta have.
Well, for some people, it's just like literally something to get their foot in the door when they get over here.
Yeah, but you have to offer them good working conditions, so then they take their job seriously.
Well, a lot of people don't even care about that. They just want a few bucks so they can get on their feet, and then they move on to something else.
But I just think that they should do that. You know.
Well, fine, but I guess it's just like I said though. I can see both sides of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
I do agree. Yes, you should train people better, but at the same time, what's the point of putting in the effort sometimes? You know.
So you don't get sued. As a company, I mean.
Yeah, fair.
But anyways, yeah. Anything else to say before we get to our destination?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. We're gonna wrap it up, folks. Comment down below if you have any thoughts or comments. Peace out.
Take it easy, guys. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't worry, it's a short list. Bye.